As we approach the midway section of the group stages of the Europa League, who's in control of their destiny? We'll talk about that and much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. This time we're taking a look at match day number 3 out in the Europa League, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Europa League related, world football related. We're going to all here, boys and girls, under one roof ski. That's right. Plenty to talk about. Of course, we're going to bring you up to date with last week's or last time's predictions and the results and all that kind of good stuff. Take a little look at the group stages, see where we are, and we're going to go ahead into match day number 3 with the predictions. But before we jump into that, a little bit of admin for you folks, just in case you're new to the channel or you didn't know much about me. I have got a Patreon page up and running. It's been up and running for about a few months now. We did have a couple of Patreons. One's kind of fallen off the face of the earth a little bit, but there's still a guy in there. He's asking for some company. Come and support the gang, boys and girls. Support the platform. Help me push this channel further into greater content, higher grade quality content, all that kind of good stuff. There are 3 tiers of support on my Patreon channel. There's as low as $1 a month, which is less than a bag of sweets, all the way up to $10 a month, which offer each of those differing tiers. There are different perks and privileges to those. Make sure you check them out. Link is in the description down below. If you can't see the link, it's scribbled across the screen here. Pretty simple. And like the more you guys take part, the more content I can put out on the channel, and hopefully, you know, maybe I can do some special requests. Anyway, folks, let's get looking at the last time out, the results and all that kind of good stuff from the prior results. Match day number 2. Here we go, boys and girls. This is the grading criteria that I'm going to judge myself as well as you guys in the comment section down below. So that if you get 0 to 8, you get the red face club. 9 to 15, it's the straight face gang. 16 plus, it's the thumbs up banana skin, whatever it is. So let's get going, folks, and take a little look at the results. There's plenty of them, and there's plenty of time to pick up the pieces. Sevilla took care of business against APOEL Nikosia of Cyprus over in Spain. There was a 1-0 final score. Actually went 3-0 on this one. I went big, but not that big. Dudelange did lose to Qarabağ at home. The Luxembourgos could have been founded out here 4-1. I actually went 2-1 for the Luxembourgos, and I actually got a few of you guys to go with me on that. So yeah, we're wrong. Moving forward into group, what is it? B. It is Lugano took on Kiev. 0-0 final score on that bad boy. That ended up as a 1-0 win for me, for Kiev. So a big result, I guess, for Lugano. Malmö and Copenhagen, the Scandinavian bad boys, duked it out to a 1-1 draw. Actually went with a 2-1 win for Malmö. Into group C we go now. Trabzonspor and Basel duked it out for a 2-2 draw in the end. Actually went 2-0 win for the Turkish outfit. So I got that one wrong as well. Krasnodar lost at home to Getafe 2-1. I actually went 1-1. Let's take a pause right here, folks. So far, I think I've got absolutely 0 correct. Yeah, no, I did get the Sevilla one. Moving forward into Group D now. The very tight Group D. Sporting Lisbon did take on LASK out of Austria. 2-1 final score. Actually 2-0 on this one. Here we go. Rosenborg did lose at home to PSV quite convincingly. 4-1 in the end for the Dutchies. I actually went 2-1 in favour of the Rosenborgios. Got that one wrong as well. Celtic got a bit of revenge for CFR Cluj. 2-0 final score. I actually went 2-1 in the end in that one. That's over in Group E. Lazio took care of business against Stade 2-1. Actually went 2-0 win on this one as well. To even up that group. Nice. Ron's struggling a little bit at the initial instance. Move to Group F now. Excuse me. Arsenal 4. Stade Liège 0. I actually went big on this one as well. 4-1 win final score, so not too shabby indeed. Victor Guimarães out of Portugal lost at home to Eintracht Frankfurt. I actually favoured the Portuguese bad boys to nick it at home 2-1, but I got it wrong. Young boys Bern left it late, but they came out on top 2-1 win 4 over Rangers, and I got this one bang on the nose, boys. Bang on the flipping nose. That's right. Rotterdam took care of business against Porto over in Dutchland. That's over in Group G. I actually went 2-0 the other way in favour of Porto, so I got that one wrong. Moving forward into Group H now. CSK Moscow lost at home to Espanyol 2-0 final score. Actually went 0-0 on this one. Ferencváros, a Hungarian team up against the Bulgarian Ludogorets Razgrad. 3-0 final score. On that one, I actually went with a 1-0 win in the end. Meanwhile, over in Group I, what we got? Wolfsburg drew with Saint Etienne over in France. 2 goals, and actually called the 2 goals. but I gave them all in favour of St Etienne. Alexandria and Genk duked out to a 1-1 draw. Bang on the nose, boys. Bang on the flipping nose. That's right. Roma went to Wolfsburg, a 1-1 final score. I actually predicted a 2-2 draw on this one. This is over in Group J. Istanbul, Başakşehir took on Mönchengladbach. Important point for Mönchengladbach after their opening day hounding by Wolfsburg. A 1-1 final score. I actually went 2-1 in favour of the Turkish team. So I batted against my boys on this one. That sounded a bit weird. Moving forward into Group J. Group K. Slavan Bratislava are in this group, but we're not talking about them. We're talking about Besiktas against Wolverhampton. 1-0 final score for the Premier League team. Big surprise there. Actually went 3-0 in favour of Besiktas. Sporting Braga took on Slavan Bratislava. 2-2 final score. And this one actually went 2-1 in favour of Sporting Braga. Moving finally into Group L, it is Astana took on Belgrade. 2-1 final score for Belgrade. I actually got this one bang on the nose, boys. Bang on the flipping nose. And wrapping it up, AZ Alkmaar did duke it out with Manchester United over in Dutchland. 0-0 final score. Actually went 2-1 win in favour of United. So not great indeed. As you can see, this mesh. In amongst all that, I got quite a few bang on the nose, but ultimately I fall into the straight-faced club here, boys and girls. But how on earth did you guys get on? Now, if you want to partake in the predictions, it can be a bit of a task writing out all the fixtures and all that kind of good stuff and pasting it into the comments. So what you should do is just go into the comments section. I'll list all the fixtures in there, copy, paste them into the comments section, and just smash in your little score lines in there, and that makes it nice and easy for you. And then it'll also be in the same order as me. And then it'll kind of make it nice and easy for the edit. Moving forward, so let's take a look at Andreas Andrades. He did all right for himself. In fact, I think we all did okay. I think the margin, we're going to have to adjust the margins here. So he did all right for himself. We are QPR, also did all right for himself. Adam Celtic, not too shabby indeed. Alex also did not too bad. Russell Frost just partaked in the British clubs in this one. And he did pretty good. You got the Celtic, the Young Boys burn, and the Arsenal result correct. The AZ Alkmaar one, he also got correct as well. So we got 4 out of the 5 on this one. Yannick Busla, he also did okay for himself. And Anthony Akawafaria did all right for himself as well. So no one disappointed and nobody excelled in this one. But hopefully we could all do that this time around. So let's get going, folks, and take a little look at match day number 3. But we'll get before there, quick update of the groups. Sevilla, Qarabağ currently lead the way out in Group A. That is correct. Into Group B, it's Copenhagen and Kiev pumping away with the 4 points apiece. Getafe Basel lead the way in Group C. Over into Group D, PSV Eindhoven lead the way. And then it's Sporting LASK joint for second place. Celtic and Lazio running away with it over in Group E. Cluj are not hot on the heels, though. Arsenal completely in control of their destiny over in Group F. 7 goals scored, 0 conceded. Standard Liège are in second on goal difference ahead of Eintracht Frankfurt. Into Group G we go. It's Feyenoord, the Dutch. In fact, it's a quadruple way tie. It's very, very fine margins. Goal difference is a big factor in this one. Everybody's got themselves a win and a defeat so far. Into Group H, Ludogorets Razgrad running away with it at the moment. 2 wins out of 2. Espanyol second spot, though. I think they duke it out this time around, so we'll have to see. In Group I, it's Wolfsburg and Genk running away with it, or Ghent, should I say. 4 points on the board so far for them. Alexandria and St Etienne struggling. Meanwhile, over into Group J we go. It's Roma and Wolfsburg currently with 4 points on the board so far. Joint lead as well. Goal difference exactly the same. Over into Group K, it's Slovan Bratislava and Sporting Braga leading the way with 4 points apiece. Wolves hot on the heels, though, after 2 matches. And then wrapping it up, Group L, Partizan Belgrade lead the way with Manchester United in second spot. Exactamundo goal difference, folks. So let's get going and take a little look now, shall we, at match day number 3 in the Europa League. Now, these games will take place on the 24th of October. I'm getting there nice and early. Qarabağ have taken on Nikosia a couple times over the years in Champions League qualifying. That was earlier in the campaign. And Nikosia 1-1, and so did Qarabağ. So they're very, very tight, these two. This game, the last time that they did play over in Qarabağ was a victory for the Cypriot outfit. But unfortunately, I don't see it happening this time out. I think they're going to lose to Qarabağ at home. Next up, we have Sevilla over in Dudelange. We're taking on Dudelange this time out. They've not played each other over the years. The bookmakers, what do they see about this one? I think they must see it quite heavily in favour of Sevilla. They do 20-1 on for Sevilla to take the victory. 45-1 for Dudelange. 11-1 the draw. Realistically, you have to go with Sevilla on this one to smash it and take home the 3 points. Moving forward, we've got Dinamo Kiev up against Copenhagen. No record of these two sides playing against each other. The bookmakers go 20-19 for Kiev. Favourites, 16-5 for Copenhagen away from home. 23-10 the draw. What have we got on the tables on this one? Let's have a quick scan at this one. So this is over in Group B. Copenhagen have started good. Dinamo Kiev also. So both of these come into this exact same points. Goal difference favouring Copenhagen on the initial thing. For me, I'm just going to side it with the Ukrainian bad boys. 2-1 win. Final score. Give them the 3 points and dominance in this group. Next up, we have Malmö up against Lugano. Two struggling teams need victories here. Is there a previous encounter between these two sides? I don't think so. No, they've not played each other. They come into this in good form, though. Malmö, 4 wins out of the past 5 games in all competitions. Lugano, just the 1 win out of 5 games in all competitions as well. The bookmakers see this 13-8 for Malmö, 24-5. Lugano, 27-10. The draw. I'm actually going to go with that draw, 1-1. Can't really separate these two sides at the moment, so it will be a bit more of that. Meanwhile, moving on to Group C, Getafe taking on Basel. Getafe looking decent at the moment, 2 wins out of 2 up against Basel. So they've not played each other before over the years, but Getafe have kind of turned a massive corner over in La Liga. In all competitions, they've just lost the one out of the past 4 or 5 games. Basel, on the flip side, have drawn 3 out of the past 5. Not great form heading into this. The bookmakers, they see this. Where do they see this? Getafe up against Basel, 100-88, basically 10-8 for Getafe, 3-1 the away victory for Basel, 13-5 to draw. So Getafe heavy favourites, and I see it for myself, 2-1 in final score. Getafe. Next up, Trabzonspor up against Krasnodar, the cool name guys, both on very, very low points at the minute. Krasnodar with 0, Trabzonspor just the 1. Previous encounters between these two sides, they have none. No encounters over the years. Krasnodar coming to this winning 2 out of the past 3 games, whereas Trabzonspor are unbeaten in 3, 2 victories along that way. The bookmakers see this 20-29 in favour of Trabzonspor, heavy favourite, 7-4 the away victory for Krasnodar, 5-2 the draw. For me, I'm actually going to go with that. Trabzonspor getting themselves up and running. Well, they're already up and running, but a first win on the belt, and hopefully put a bit of pressure on the teams above them. Moving into Group D now, it is PSV Eindhoven up against LASK of Austria. These two have never played each other before. Eindhoven coming to this 4-game winning streak. Meanwhile, LASK have just lost the once, and that was in the Europa League against Sporting. Last time out. So they've won 3 of the past 4 games as well. Good form domestically for both sides. The bookmakers see this 20-11 on in favour of PSV, 9-2 the away victory for LASK, 10-3 the draw. Realistically, you have to side with the Dutchies on this one. 3-0 win in the end. Also in the same group, Sporting take on Rosenborg. Now these two sides must have played each other over the years. They have not though. What have we got? Sporting coming to this, not in the greatest form domestically, just the 2 wins out of the past 5 games, and if you take out that the European matches in this cluster, it is actually 2 wins out of 4 games. So they did lose last time out to Sporting. On the flip side, Rosenborg coming to this just a 1 win out of 5 games in all competitions, in all grounds, all venues. For me, what am I going to go on this one? Sporting Lisbon. Before you get my verdict, it's 2-1 on for Sporting for the bookies, 24-5 the away win, and 7-2 the draw. Realistically, you're going to have to side with Sporting on this one at home. Rosenborg have not started great in the tournament, 0 points so far out of 2. Into Group E we go, and it is Glasgow Celtic up against Lazio. Have these two played each other over the years? They must have done. I've got no record in front of me at the moment. 3 wins at the past 5 games for Celtic. They did do last time out in the league against Livingston. Lazio on the flip side, same sort of form, 3 wins at the past 5 games as well. Last time out they took on Bologna, 2-2 final score. Now again, I'm actually recording this prior to the Serie A games that'll take place before this, so their form may change just slightly heading into this one. The bookmakers, what do they think about this one? Well, it is Celtic Lazio, very, very tight game. 17-10 for Celtic, 6-4 for Lazio. Fine margins there, 5-2 the draw. I think I'm actually playing it safe, going straight down the middle here with a 1-1 draw in the end. Stade Rennes taking on CFR Cluj in this one. Can Rennes get up and running over in their homeland against the Romanians of Cluj? The bookmakers, what do they see on this one? Stade Rennes, where are you? 20-17, the home victory, 10-3, the away ones. Again, fine margins, 5-2, the draw. The record between these two sides, never played each other over the years. Cluj starting off pretty well, but they're going to lose this one. 2-1 final score. The Frenchies are up and running. Meanwhile, over into Group F we go. Arsenal absolutely running away with it, up against Victor Guimarães out of Portugal. They've not played each other over the years. Arsenal come to this in a very, very good form. 4 wins out of 5 in all competitions and all ground. That slip up was a draw against United over at Old Trafford. Guimarães coming to this, 2 wins of the past 5 games, 2 defeats as well, 1 draw in that mix along the way. The bookmakers, they probably fancy Arsenal in this one, clearly. Where are you? Arsenal, 7-2 on. Red hot favourites, 17-2 the draw, 9-2. 17-2 the away win, 9-2 the draw. That's how heavy a favourites they are, and I'm going to go with it as well. 3-0 win for Arsenal to smash home and take home all 3 points. Meanwhile, same group, it'll be Frankfurt up against Standard Liège out of Belgium. Frankfurt, they've got 3 points so far. Liège also got 3 points so far. The bookmakers fancy Frankfurt on this one, 9-4 on, 11-2 for Standard Liège, 18-5 for the draw. Have they played each other? No, they've not played each other over the years, but Frankfurt coming to this 1 defeat out of the past 5 games. That 1 defeat was last time out when they lost to Gießen in, I think, the German Cup. Meanwhile, Standard Liège also coming to this, not the greatest form, just the 1 win at the past 4 games, and that was all the way back in the end of September, I think, in a Belgian league. So we'll see about that. Did I give you the odds? I did, but I'm going to give you my verdict now. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for the Germans to smash take home all 3 points. Moving forward into what are we now? We're into Group G, and that's the second batch of results here. It is Young Boys Bern up against Feyenoord. There, that's right. Young Boys Bern doing business so far. 3 wins on the spin for them in all competitions. Feyenoord coming to this, 2 defeats out of the past 5 games. Not the greatest form for them. The bookmakers see it a little bit that way as well. Evens for the Young Boys Bern, 12-5 the away win for Feyenoord, 14-5 the draw. I'm going with the Young Boys on this one, 2-0 win in the end to give themselves another 3 points and maybe get control of this very tight group. All 4 teams on 3 points at the moment. Next up we have Porto against Rangers, 2 reasonable juggernauts over in the grand scheme of things. They played each other back in 2005 twice. Rangers getting the better of Porto, 3-2 win at Ibrox, 1-1 draw the last time that these two sides played over in Portugal. So very much in favour of that. So it's tight. It's a tight one, this one. I'm actually going to side with the Portuguese bad boys on this one. They'll snatch it and make the first victory over Rangers on Portuguese turf. Moving forward, we've got CSK Moscow taking on Ferencváros. This is over in Group H. These two sides have not played each other over the years, but the recent record for CSK Moscow is not great. Just the 1 win out of the past 3 games. Meanwhile, Ferencváros come into this 2 wins out of the past 5 games as well. Not great. The bookmakers see this. What do they see this? CSK Moscow, what you got for me? CSK Moscow, 100-50. So basically 2-1. 2-1 on. 2-1 on for CSK Moscow. 24-5 for Ferencváros. 10-3 the draw. I'm going with a home victory here. Just a squeaky bum 1-0 win to give themselves 3 points. CSK Moscow starting so far 2 defeats out of 2 over in Group H. Meanwhile, other game, same time, same place, wherever. Ludogorets Razgrad up against Espanyol. This is the top 2 duking it out. Ludogorets Razgrad are unbeaten as it stands. They are 13-10 to win this game at home. 90-10 for Espanyol. 13-5 the draw. The record between these two sides, they've not played each other. Razgrad coming to this 4 wins, at least 4 wins on the spin. Espanyol just the 1 win out of 5 games in all competitions in all grounds. I'm going with it as well. I'm going with Ludogorets Razgrad to make it 3 wins out of 3 and complete dominance out in Group H. Over in Group I, though, we have Wolfsburg up against Genk. We'll talk about that game in just a minute. We have Saint Etienne taking on Alexandria. Now, they've not played each other because Alexandria appear to me to be a very new side in the European scene. Saint Etienne come into this 3 games unbeaten. Alexandria come into this 4 games unbeaten, but there's a lot of draws in those unbeaten runs. The bookmakers see this as a victory, 9-4 on for Saint Etienne. Alexandria 6-1 away win, 7-2 the draw. Going with it myself, going to go with a 2-0 win for Saint Etienne, and that could push them onto 4 points, level with Wolfsburg and Genk prior to kick-off, and we'll talk about that right now. Again, all these games taking place on the 24th of October. Genk up against Wolfsburg over in Belgium. Now, these two sides played each other a couple times back in Champions League Football 2016. Wolfsburg winning them both. The last time that these two sides played over in Belgium was a 5-goal thriller. 3-2 win for Wolfsburg. They come into this, though, Saint Etienne, sorry, what am I talking about? Genk come into this, just the 1 win out of 4 games in all competitions, all grounds, whereas Wolfsburg unbeaten in 5 in the league and in the cups. Going with the, I'm going straight down the middle here, 1-1 draw. Cannot separate the two sides, and that'll put them both on 5 points and still remaining joint top. Moving forward into Group J, it is going to be Roma against Mönchengladbach. Now, Mönchengladbach recently topped the Bundesliga, but will they remain there? That's the question. But their form in the Europa League has been a bit ropey. They come into this 4-game unbeaten run. However, if you go back a number, that is the last time they did lose, was a bit of a spanking by Wolfsburger at home. Meanwhile, Roma come into this 1 defeat out of 5 as well, and that defeat was back in the league against Atalanta at home as well. So it's a very, very tricky scenario. The bookies see this very, very tight. 20-21 in favour of Roma, so they are favourites. 9-4 for Mönchengladbach, 11-4 for the draw. I'm actually going with a 2-0 win for Roma to snatch it, and that should put them in a good spot out in group, push them up to 7 points. Other game in this group is Istanbul Başakşehir over in Turkey up against Wolfsburger from Austria. The bookies see this 100-88 in favour of Istanbul. Wolfsburger 14-5. The away win, 14-5. Also the draw. I'm sure they've not played each other because Istanbul Başakşehir have not really been on the scene in Europe that much. But both sides come into this on a nice bit of run as well. 4 games unbeaten for the Turkish bad boys, 5 games unbeaten for the Austrian bad boys. They must be one of the new forces out in Austria. I'm actually going to go with a 2-1 win for the Turks. I don't know if that sounds correct. A 2-1 win for the Turkish team, and they'll smash it, give them 3 points, and get up that table as well. Into Group K we go, and it is Besiktas, another Turkish team, up against Braga. So it'll be all guns blazing in Turkey. These two sides have played each other a couple times over the years. Back in 2012, they met in Europa League contention. A win apiece, and on opposition's turf. So the last time that these two sides played in Turkey, Braga picked up the victory. It was a 1-0 win. Meanwhile, back on the flip side, when Braga hosted Besiktas, it was a 2-0 win for Besiktas. They come into this in decent form again. Braga 4 games unbeaten. Besiktas look absolutely shit show over in Turkey at the moment. Just the 1 win out of the past 5 games in all competitions, in all grounds, all venues. For me, I'm actually going to side with the Turkish team on this one, 3-1 win over Braga to get their qualifying campaign back up and running, because they're so far 0 points on the board. Meanwhile, same group, Slovan Bratislava up against Wolves. This game is taking place in Bratislava. They've not played each other over the years, but Wolves come into this on a rich vein of form. 5 games unbeaten. Same can be said for Bratislava, 5 games unbeaten. However, when you look at the form book, the past 2 games, Bratislava come into this 2 draws on the spin, whereas Wolves are 3 wins on the trot. And that includes a victory over Manchester City at their place and Besiktas at their place. For me, I'm actually going to side with Wolves on this one. I think they're going to snatch it, 2-1 win. It'll be a tight game, and that could put them on 6 points so far in the group. And wrapping it up, it is Group L, and we got AZ Alkmaar up against Astana. Astana yet to get up and running in the group. They've played each other. Have they? Have they played each other? They have not. But the recent record between the two sides, AZ Alkmaar comes into this on a 5-game unbeaten run. However, 2 of those the past 2 games are draws, whereas Astana come into this on a with 2 wins out of the past 5 games. But there is no but. There is no but. I expect them to lose this one. I think AZ Alkmaar will snatch the win. And wrapping it up over in Group L, it is Partizan Belgrade up against Manchester United. Difficult one, this one. There's no previous record on this one. Belgrade coming to this 4 wins at the past 5 games. Manchester United 0 wins at the past 5 games. That is absolutely shambolic. The bookmakers, in fact, no, yeah, we'll give you the bookmakers on this one. Partizan Belgrade, 23-10, the home victory. 23-10, the draw. 6-5 on Manchester United to take the win. I will give it to United on this one, just a 1-0, nothing fancy, but that will do it, boys and girls. That will do it. So let's take a look. If those results were to come true, this is what the groups will look like come at the end of it. Sevilla, Qarabağ will lead the way out in Group A. Dinamo Kiev and Copenhagen will be running away with it in Group B, and it'll be Getafe Basel out in Group C. Moving forward into Group D, it'll be PSV Eindhoven and Sporting. They'll be looking good at the halfway mark. Celtic and Lazio, of course, in a very, very tight group. What is that? Is that Group E? I should put that on the thing. Meanwhile, Arsenal and Eintracht Frankfurt will be looking very, very good at the in Group F. Arsenal 100% if my predictions go correctly. Meanwhile, over into Group G, it will be Young Boys Bern and Porto leading the way over Rangers and Feyenoord. Into Group H we go. Ludogorets, Razgrad and Espanyol will be duking it out for top spot, but Razgrad 100%. Into Group I, it's Wolfsburg and Ghent will be leading the way with 5 points on the board. The final stretch now, Roma will lead the way, as will Wolfsburg, in a very, very strange looking group. Group J. Out in Group K, it will be Wolves and Slovan Bratislava running away with it in this one, and wrapping it up. Man United will be top, as I said, Alkmaar will be bottom. Now, folks, just in case you don't know the deal, here on the channel, I do live predictions on Monday with the championship, usually. Again, sometimes double match days and all this kind of stuff can throw this out of whack. But typically on a Monday, we'll have live predictions for the championship on YouTube, Tuesday for the Premier League on YouTube, Thursday, every other Thursday for the Champions League on YouTube. Now, they are live. And down the bottom there, I do occasionally, well, for the most part, on weekends, I'll do a watch along with Blackburn Rovers over on Twitch. Links to the old Twitch stuff is in the old description down below. Make sure you check that out and make sure you stop by for the live shows. Maybe we'll do Europa League one day live, but right now it is so much to talk about. It's quite hard to do it on a live show. Also, let you know that I've got a FIFA career mode with Sunderland kicking off. Well, it's well into it right now, so be sure to check that sucker out over on the channel if you're bored. And that, my friends, is it. Please make sure you get your predictions in the comment section down below, because I love seeing what you guys think will happen during this week's Europa League Matchday number 3, the halfway point. We can take a good old grand look at things next time we come around. Until I see you again, please smash the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, give the video some love and the channel some love, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.